Good morning, 330 to go. How are we feeling? It is Tuesday, June 11th. I had to look down in the corner because even myself, I'm getting lost. We are in full swing now with summer break around here in the 330 area. Yesterday I'm walking around and people have got parkas on. It completely threw me off. Yeah, I saw somebody in a winter jacket. It was ridiculous. I was thrown off because, believe it or not, I'd scooted away for a few days and I was down in some warm weather and I come back, and even at the 60 degrees yesterday, it wasn't horrible. It's the fact that all of a sudden this drizzling rain starts coming out and you're just like, oh, here we are again, Ohio. The beauty of being and living in Ohio is amazing. The weather, I don't know how anybody can consistently put up with the fluctuation of weather that we have. Guys, check the comments right now. Katie already beat me there, but I did have this loaded. So take a quick look. We're talking all kinds of stuff. We're going to talk about how Kyrie has not shown up. So Kyrie's not listening. I was hyping him so much, and he has not shown up. And the unicorn has. And it's annoying. As I don't hate Boston, but I just don't want Boston to win. I don't know why that is. If I have to pick between the two, I'm still taking Dallas. I just don't want Boston to win. So I know the Boston faithful are out there watching, listening, and above. Sorry, it's not personal. It just is what it is. All right, so talking that. So let's get right into it right off the rip. Before I even start talking about some of the big headlines that are going on, I'm going to put this up right now because this team has taken over the 330. This is the West Branch Warriors, and congratulations from 330 to go to the West Branch Warriors on winning the Ohio State Championship. That is them down there at the Canal Park Rubber Duck Stadium. So great game. They end up edging out, let me get this right, 3-2 Baden. Okay, so Baden was a heavy favorite. And by what we've kind of found out by a few reports, this Baden team hadn't allowed like a run. All right. So West Branch comes out, throws up 3 runs, wins it in stunning fashion. It was a huge upset. Coach Rick Molinex, congratulations to you and all of the Warriors out there in West Branch. We commend you guys. Congrats. So would love to, if anybody knows Coach and has a connection in it, would love to bring him on and do a little interview. Would love to hear about what he thought about recapping the season, but I'm sure right now he's on a beach in Cancun celebrating, and you know how it is because when the season's over, that's where everybody goes. It's off to Mexico, right? So congratulations to the West Branch. We applaud you guys. I'm going to throw up the ticker as well so you guys can take a look at that as I continue to start talking. The NBA. What is going on with the Mavericks? You're down 2-0. 2-0 right now. Game 3 tomorrow night is going to be taken off at 8:30. The schedule right here, I'm going to throw it up. You guys take a look. This is how the first 2 games have went. 89-107. Celtics took the first one. Second game was a 105-98 win as well. The guy who has shown up like nobody's business, and I just cannot get over it, is this guy right here that I'm putting up. That's Peter Parker, and if Peter Parker has his glasses off, it's Scalabrine. When he puts them on, it's Porzingis. I saw this, and I could not help to resist but to share it because that's exactly what Boston's been missing. Remember Scalabrine was like the man in Boston? They loved him there, all right? Well, Porzingis, if you saw his interview, he talked about how he felt like he was in the NBA, or not the NBA, the WWE. The fans are out there screaming his name, yelling, and he said he got just generated in game 1. His game 1 stat line, he played 20 minutes, played 20 minutes, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Yeah, like that's not going to help you win. All right. Game 2, what does he come back and do? 23 minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds, still puts in 2 blocks. Okay. You got to remember, was probably the second, third option throughout the whole season. Doesn't really necessarily have to be that right now because you've got Holiday over here who decides to show up and he throws down 25 points in game 2, shoots like 75% from the field. Boston's defense, if you see in this image, the middle one right there, that's suffocating. All right. The Mavs points per game before playing the finals was 107.9. They are down to 93.5. That's a big difference. I don't know about simple math or anything, but I think it's like 14 points. All right. Jason Tatum has sat back and he is just in coast mode. I don't know how Jason Tatum wins MVP. If the Celtics take this the way that it's looking, I mean, you got to think Celtics in 6 right now. I would venture to guess tomorrow night Dallas wins. They're already a 1.5 favorite for tomorrow night. So even Vegas thinks they're going to win. We'll see. If it goes 3-0, wow. I mean, it's definitely going to go down in game 5 because I just think Dallas is going to at least get 1. You'd like to see him get both to make this a series and take it 7. But right now, Jason Tatum's sitting back and he's enjoying it. He enjoyed Jaylen Brown taking the MVP of the Eastern Conference. And now here's Jaylen Brown, who's now giving love to Drew Holiday and pretty much saying it's an example of excellence. That's the one in the top right-hand corner that you guys see up there on basically talking about how Drew Holiday has accepted his role. It's frustrating. Boston is showing up. Every single one of their role players is showing up right now tenfold. Tatum has played 45 minutes in game 2, put up 18 points, 9 rebounds. The stat line that just blows my mind is the 12 assists. He's just dishing it out, and they're knocking shots down. First game, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Jason Tatum hasn't been asked to be Jason Tatum. Wow. Good for him. I said it all along. This is the biggest setup ever for Boston to be able to win the finals. If they don't, it's going to go down as a huge, huge disappointment to any Boston fan whatsoever. I don't know how else to kind of look at that because Boston is just, gosh, they're just good. You guys are good. I think I'm just frustrated because I'm sour. I'm a Cleveland fan and I'm annoyed. So right now, guys, take a second, take a stop, go down to that corner, give me a like, give me a share, give me a follow, all the above. Okay. It's the tip jar. Give me the tip jar right now. I need a few more likes. Okay. Or I'm going to just stop talking unless that's what you want me to do. Just shut up, Matt. We're not liking any of your posts anymore. We're tired of it. No, you're not. You're here right now. You're enjoying it. So give me a like. And other NBA news, Hurley is not heading to the Lakers. We talked about this last week. It was like big breaking news. Oh my goodness. He's going to get this 6-year, $70 million deal, which is absolutely crazy for a coach who has taken UConn to back-to-back championships. Foregone conclusion. He's going to go be with the Lakers. Lakers are going to draft Bronny James and in my best Corso, not so fast. He pulled the brakes. He just said, nah, it's not happening. Didn't entertain anything else and pretty much came out and said, it's not happening. As you can see, it was a debate. That's how confused Hurley was. But in the end, he took his love back to UConn. Came out, nice little written statement, pretty much saying he loves what he's built on the winning ways at UConn, and it's no more. So he doesn't want to leave it. He wants to continue to build it. If he comes back, well, he is going back to UConn. If UConn goes back to the finals and they win the NCAA again, oh my Lord. Do you realize the legacy that Hurley will be in? I mean, it's unprecedented. Wooden was the only one that I believe won 3 in a row. So Hurley has the opportunity to do that. That guy goes down. You're in the namesake of John Wooden. Wow. That's a lot more impressive than being the next Lakers coach. Wouldn't you think? Do you remember when that was such a highly touted position to be able to say, if anybody, they offered it to you, it was a done deal. It was like the Lakers were the elitist. And if they offered you a job, you didn't think about turning it down. You didn't even take a second to breathe. It was the next thing out, wasn't a breath. It was, I accept. It's not the case. Hurley says, no, heading back. And people are stunned. People are shocked. What is going on? LeBron does it again. And somehow people want to take this and blame it onto him. Why? The Lakers, it's a 6-year deal. They're looking at the future. They're looking at setting things up. The Lakers have to be looking beyond LeBron right now. Does LeBron want to win another NBA championship? Yes, absolutely. I think that goes along with what I was talking about a few weeks ago. LeBron wants a championship every year he plays. This might be the 1 year slightly I'd mentioned that he just wants to play with his son. We're going to see how that shakes out here real soon. That'll be a dust settling moment by August, and we're going to have a real good idea of what's going on. All right. So, again, I still feel like that best chance for him to win a title and play with his kid is in Cleveland. I'm sorry. That's not because I'm a homer. That's just because of when you look at the pieces and parts. Something's going on in LA, and even J.R. Smith, this guy right here, okay? There he is embracing LeBron. This is after they won it in the bubble, okay? There they are in Cleveland. We all know JR near and dear to all of our hearts here in Cleveland. But he came out with a tweet that said, "Don't fall for it." Right there on the right. That's J.R. Smith. He was then asked about it. They interviewed him, even saying, "JR, can you clarify it?" He pretty much came out and said, there's no reason. That's the best decision for him to go back to UConn. There's no way he should even think about taking that Lakers job. Really? That's odd, right? We're talking about the Lakers. Why would you not? The uniforms alone. I mean, my goodness. Jimmy Butler's already seems like he's lobbying to go out there because he makes a comment the other day about the Brink girl for the Los Angeles Sparks and says 22 looks good in purple and gold. Well, she's number 22, so it's a subtle little movement, but Jimmy Butler is number 22 as well. Could you imagine if Jimmy Butler lands out there? But hold on, Cavs fans. Jimmy Butler somehow being linked to Cleveland, okay? We talked about a little bit, even our own Sam Amico, okay? Sam Amico was even, I want to make sure I pull this up so that I quote it correctly. I should have just shared it, honest to goodness, okay? But the sources are predicting Bronny James could work out with the New York Knicks and Cleveland Cavs. According to who? You got it. 330 to go's own Sam Amico. Okay. It was initially thought Bronny would only work out with the Los Angeles Lakers and Phoenix Suns. That's not the case. Talking about New York, talking about Cleveland. Wow. At least we're in the mix. At least we have a chance, right? You're telling me there's a chance. New York. Wow. Could you imagine? New York's got a lot going on too. Okay, there's a little bit of fun talk. In the offseason, what's always comes around is when these players start lobbying for other players to come to their teams. They all start linking up on these vacation spots, and they all start talking. The NBA is just a fraternity, a brotherhood of AAU, in my opinion. They all know each other. I think it's lessened some of the competitiveness. We do see that feistiness still, but it's nothing like it was in the 90s, okay? And this is not a starter conversation for the idea of, is the NBA soft? No. Okay. The NBA is the NBA. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly going in new directions. But when these players get together, they start lobbying for each other to come. And Mikal Bridges comes out and he says to Josh Hart, "Come to the Nets." I love Josh Hart's response because, first of all, I thought when I read that, why would Josh Hart go there? Josh Hart was completely embraced by the New York Knicks this year. And his response back was, "Are you okay? If they have you hostage, just blink and we'll save you." To me, that is the fun. Wow. I mean, New York taking shots at Brooklyn there, right? I mean, that's internal struggle. I mean, that's like a gang fight waiting to happen, okay? You know, you're talking about a crosstown rival there. But then Brooklyn really hasn't done a whole lot. We'll see as they continue to build. They're still trying to catch themselves from the whole Durant, Kyrie, Harden thing. All right. And that's just kind of where it is. So the NBA, a lot of fun things going on. I thought the Mikal Bridges thing was pretty comical, so I definitely had to share it. You guys have seen the ticker going across the bottom. All right. Let's get to that real quick. Orioles beat the Rays 5-2. It's the first 4-game sweep at Tropicana Field. Think about that. That's pretty crazy. Tropicana Field is where the Rays play, and it's the first time they've been swept in a 4-game series. Kind of an odd stat. Brewers beat the Blue Jays 3-1. Yankees continue to win 4-2 over the Royals. Mariners an 8-4 winner over the White Sox after a walk-off grand slam by Raleigh, and that's what ended it. Could you imagine that? There's nothing better when you just hit a grand slam walk-off. I mean, that better have been the best bat flip ever. All right. I would do a bat flip. I'd be like what is that? lady that's at the front, Majorette, the one that flips the baton. I mean, that bat would have went so far into the sky, but never happened. So you won't see me do a bat flip whatsoever. The Padres, a 6-1 winner over the A's. Tatis continues to his hot ways with his extension of his 16-game hitting streak with another home run. The Giants beat the Astros in extra innings as Austin Slater singles for the game winner in the 10th. And then tonight, just so we know, the Guardians are taking on Cincinnati at 7:10. Tristen McKenzie gets the ball. He'll take the mound. 2-3 record on the season with a 4.17 ERA. You guys see that rolling across the bottom. He'll be run against Brent Suter, whose record is 0-0. So we want Brent's record to be 0-1 after tonight, but he does have a 3.86 ERA. So hopefully the Guardians can pull that out. And in last news, does that even sound right? In Major League Baseball, the Twins beat the Rockies 5-0. Why did I save the Twins for last? Because the Twins came out with a new uniform, and you've got it. I'm a uniform guy. All right, here it is. Check this out. Now, let me take this banner off the bottom. Give me a sec. Let me hide that. And can we move that? Moon? There it is. Thank you. Top left-hand corner. That is the uniform. It's like this blue ripple effect. In the middle of there, you will see the inside of the hat. Why is that important? Why did I take a picture of the inside of the hat? And why is Prince up there? And why is Chappelle telling you cold-blooded? Because inside the hat is a visual of Lake Minnetonka. Okay, now anybody knows the Lake Minnetonka. You've seen that. And that's where Prince from Deep Purple looks at the girl and says, you need to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Me growing up, the only time I ever learned about that, because I didn't watch Purple Rain till I saw Chappelle's show, and then I had to go watch Purple Rain because I had to understand it. Yes, that's Rick James, Chappelle. I didn't want to put the Chappelle when he's dressed as Prince, but let's be honest, okay? If we're really going to give a highlight, and this is a shot, Minnesota comes out and says, hey, we are paying tribute to Prince by putting Lake Minnetonka on the inside. If you really wanted to be cold-blooded, you would have outlined that in purple. That would have looked gangster. If they would have just outlined that on purple on the inside, that would have been a true shout out to Prince. I think you missed an opportunity, but I do love the idea because I just like saying the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Okay, so just saying Minnetonka, that's like a tongue twister for me. All right. I mean, you guys already hear how bad I pronounce stuff already. So I'm just proud that I'm getting it out and it sounds like all the vowels are there. So cool uniforms, kind of. I like the shout out to Prince more than the actual uniform itself. I'm not really sure what that ripple effect is. I just got to think it's like, you know, the land of the lakes, right? So maybe that's the shout out. I would put this on my lower end for the city rep uniforms that the Major League Baseball has been putting out. Not a crazy fan of them, but hey, something new, and it is what it is. So thank you for paying tribute to Prince. All right. And I'm sorry that the cold-blooded part was just when you think about that. And when Chappelle did that, when he's like, cold-blooded, I mean, that's just gangster. All right. So in other Minnesota news, okay, not just done there. Uniforms are a hot thing in Minnesota. And I talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted to make sure you guys saw it. This is the Vikings. These are called the Winter Warrior. Those things are nice looking. Plain simple, right to the point. The whole little whiteout, they got the little silver pinstripe going around the purple. I like it. Something different, little change up. No tribute to Prince, but the purple is there, right? So Vikings, nice job with the uniforms. I like that. It'll be something interesting to see. I'm sure we will catch these on a Thursday night. That would be my guess because they love to wear those kind of uniforms on that Thursday night because they get the whole audience in that one day. You know, everyone watches the NFL on Thursday, so why not pay tribute with your uniforms on during that time? Other NFL news as we are creeping along. Yes, your Steelers are so annoying because they have 3 head coaches since 1969 on the sidelines for the black and gold. Yes, 3. We've had 3 coaches in 1 year in Cleveland, okay? Pittsburgh, nah, not so much. That's called stability. And there are the pictures. The one on the right is Mike Tomlin 17 years ago. Wow. Mike Tomlin had a borderline fro going on, okay? This man's been there for 17 years. If that isn't a stamp on that franchise saying we're still in play, our playoff window's still open. Wow. How nice. How nice to do that. It makes you think of then and now, because I see this picture and it's congrats to both of them because it's well deserved, right? But then I think of Cleveland, and this is where we went from. We went from Tim Couch. That's then, and now there's our boy Deshaun. Okay. The only thing going well out of all of it is Nick Chubb is right down there in the bottom left-hand corner. So I wanted to bring a smile to everybody's face because this is the first time we've seen Nick Chubb in a Cleveland Browns uniform since that injury. And Nick Chubb says, what? I'm where I need to be. He's already back in the weight room. God, there you go. See, I butchered that word. Weight room. He's back in the weight room working out already. The guy's a machine. So to think where we started, 99, because I've already made my disclaimer. When I talk about the Browns, it's from 99 to current. Tim Couch, I still think is one of probably the best quarterbacks we ever had, but we ruined him. But here's where we're at now with Deshaun. And Deshaun, no excuses, bud. There's absolutely zero excuses for anything negative to go wrong this year with you. Okay? You should be healthy. You've got a squad around you. You have pieces and parts. We did the same thing the Steelers just did. We brought back our GM. We brought back our head coach. We're showing stability in Cleveland. It's time for Deshaun Watson to give us that stability. You know, you always think, I always think of some of the guys around, you know, the personalities in Cleveland that are like, just get me my quarterback. Please. We have decent quarterback play this year. Cleveland's going to be a problem, a serious problem. Speaking of serious problems and random news, this was a serious problem. Guys, take a watch on this video real quick. What is that? Oh, that bull straight up jumped. Oh my God. Completely jumped. I'm going to play it again. This bull is running around. So this is out in Texas. Okay. Of course, you know, shocker. So it's out in Texas and it was pretty cool because I'm watching this video, just randomness. And the whole crowd is singing like proud to be an American. Like it's pretty neat. Like they're doing it a cappella. The announcer's singing it. He takes the sound down and the rest of the crowd singing it. And this bull's just circling. Okay. And then they get to that part where, you know, something about in the song where it says, I want to be free. And this bull must have just understood that. This bull circles around, and I'll play it again, and leaps over the fence. And he makes it down into like the entryway from the stands where you come up the tunnel and gets down into the concession. From what it sounds like, 3 people were injured. I don't think it was seriousness, but don't quote me exactly. But watch it again. I mean, it's just crazy. There's a bull out. Hang on, let me scrub it back. What just happened here? Hang on. Why do we have that? Why did that do that, Moon Man? There it goes. Boom. There it is. Look at the vertical. That's impressive. I mean, really, as I kind of go back and look at it. That thing's not even touching it. There's that animal could have won the vaulting like state championship. That is an extension like no other. First off, I mean, what would you say that gate is? Every bit of 10 feet, right? Wouldn't you think? That's impressive. My goodness. Remind me never to go watch a bull. Okay, that's exactly. Ruben Pfeffer. Remember that guy? Ruben Pfeffer and Along Came Polly? He assessed the situation at all times. Okay, it's like a risk management. Who would have thought you go to watch a bull riding whatever rodeo and you have a chance of a bull jumping over the fence and landing in your lap as you're trying to enjoy your popcorn? Wow. Talk about a guy who enjoyed his weekend. Scotty Scheffler down in the Memorial. Yes, in Columbus, the Memorial happened. That is Jack's tournament. And it was a great tournament all the way to the very end. We got to see a little bit of drama come down into 18. And Morikawa came up 1 stroke short. He finished at, I believe, 7 under. And Scotty finished at 8 under. Scotty Scheffler has been having a heck of a year, and I'm going to talk about it more probably on Thursday. Okay. So there's this new video, and I want to get the video, and I want to make sure that I do it correct and show it to everybody. There's new video of Scotty Scheffler sitting in the police backseat or somewhere. There's audio, and these cops are talking to him. And I'll be honest with you, it just sounds so stupid. Okay, because literally one of the cops say to him, goes, "Oh, you know, you must be pretty good if you're on the PGA tour." And Scotty's like, "Yeah," real humble, real humble. And then the guy says to him in the audio, "Is Tiger Woods as good as they say he is?" Huh? Like, I get it. You don't have to be into golf and watch every golf tournament to know who Tiger Woods is. Okay. I got to think, judging by the age, this guy's ranging anywhere between 30 and, I don't know, 50 something years old. Fair? I don't know because I don't show his face. But where have you been for 30? Like, I mean, Tiger Woods has been irrelevant for like 3 decades. There's no way you did not know who he was. And to think, is he really that good? No, he's really not that good. He just has every endorsement and basically like the face of golf. You know, they just pick random people. Like, that's the small talk. Like, could you imagine? Could you honestly, you're detained, you're sitting there like, what did I do? I just tried to go around, and this cop over here has pled that I've dragged him, which that really wasn't the case because there's video of that as well. The guy basically dusted his knee off. Remember the whole talk where the cop jumped on who didn't identify him to Scheffler's car. Scheffler supposedly dragged him. The video then shows the guy walks away and like brushes his knee away. So it wasn't as drastic as everything was said. But Scotty's sitting there talking to a cop in cuffs, and he goes, is Tiger as good as they say he is? Yeah, I don't know. How about you take the cuffs off me right now, bud? How about you just drop those? Because I have no reason why I would have lost it. Okay. I would have absolutely ran my mouth. Okay. Plain and simple. But I want to be able to pull that video together and just revisit that whole thing and be able to see each video and put them into time order, because we talked about it like 2 weeks ago when it all took off, but we really didn't have some of this audio and video that we're hearing. And yet again, once that stuff all starts coming out and you start hearing it, you can be the judge for yourself. I know I have my opinion. It is what it is, I guess, right? At this point. So that's something we want to dive into. So in between now and then, if you guys want, go check that out. It'd be rather interesting. Tomorrow morning, back here, Jess will be bringing you guys the latest and greatest news. Definitely tune in and see the smiling face of Jessica, our morning show on here on 330 to go. She'll be getting you going, and I'll be back here again on Thursday at 9 a.m. talking Game 3. Game 3, we'll be breaking that down a little bit more. And hopefully, here, I'm going to throw it back up just so everybody can see. Here is the schedule for the remaining games. Wednesday tomorrow night. Friday, which is nice. I like that every other is so much better than what we had to endure this past. I don't understand why there was this huge, long wait, and then we had game 1, and it was like 3 days later, 4 days later, it was game 2. At least they're going to back there. Then they'll come back Monday if necessary at Boston. Thursday, there's that gap, but they'll be going back to Dallas for that one. And then game 7 will be back. Hopefully game 7, June 23rd. Can you think of that? That's crazy. We still got like 2 more weeks potentially of talking this NBA finals. So hopefully Dallas can get it together and be able to make this a 7-game series. I am Matt McGaw, and I appreciate you joining me this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I love talking sports, love showing houses. I'm actually going to go show one here shortly. If you're thinking about buying, selling, any of the above, if you don't even try to do it yourself. Okay. Everyone says I could sell my house myself. I don't know about all that. Okay. I think I can fix things. Okay. So I go to YouTube. Doesn't always work out. I'm not car guy. I could try it. I could YouTube it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to screw it up. And then I'm going to have to call a professional anyways. Save your time. Call the professional right off the rip. I am a professional. Here is my information going down at the bottom as soon as I can get to it. Okay. Guys, I am a realtor. Give me a call. Buying, thinking, selling, looking, investing. What other words can I think of? give me a call. Okay. Give me a call if you are looking to get into the real estate game at all, any way, shape, or form. I would be happy to make things as easy as possible for you. So give me a call, see what I can do for you guys. And as always, thanks for thinking of me. And thanks for tuning in on this another episode of 330 to go talk sports talk show with me. Guys, I appreciate it. I have fun every time that you guys are here. I will be back again on Thursday. Who's ready to start a mini ball tourney? What is this? Oh my God. Is that Adam? From oh my Lord, Adam, you were from my youth. Oh my God. Adam is a buddy of mine from my childhood. The joke behind that is the mini ball tournament is we used to play miniature basketball, the mini balls that you could get out of the claw machine. We had an adjustable hoop. So, we put that thing down to 8 feet and played with a mini basketball. Okay. There he is. It is Adam. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate you, man. So we would play in my backyard. And when I would get mad, okay, because I was losing, poor sport, shocker, poor sport, I would take this ball and just punt it. I mean, punt it 3 houses down. Poor sport. Such a crybaby. I'm totally at least admitting it. But Adam was one of the guys who used to run with me, Nick and John. We would have some vicious 2-on-2 battles in that backyard. And I'm not kidding you. We would be out there till 10:30, 11 because I had a light in my backyard. Fun times. Adam, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Adam to the moon. Yes. And Adam is usually on my team, and they would get annoyed when I would take that ball and punt it. Thanks for side. Yeah, you totally derailed me there, Adam. I'm glad you tuned in today, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in to the 330 to go Sports Talk Show. I will be back here again, 9 a.m. Thursday morning. Till then, go say something nice to somebody, guys. Get outside, enjoy the day. Okay. And then I'll be back here again on Thursday. I'll talk to you guys then. Have a great rest of the day.